In our project, we created an app named DevBytes. This is an actually a app feed for developer community. In this, the people who have signed up can get the latest tech news and can also be able to share the post about new technologies, findings, and research works, etc. So our application mainly works as a unified hub for all the tech related news, and it will also help the developers stay updated with all new technologies. So our main objectives here are allow the users to read the latest tech news, and the users can also create their own post, as well as create a backend with API which stores the latest tech news. So our application is mainly aimed at acting as a central hub for the latest tech bytes. This is basically for developers can stay up to date with the latest tech happening. The app also contains a central feed that will be supplied for new tech updates by the admins. The tech snippets are hosted on an external server and fetched inside the Android app through API. The users can create their own post about tech news that interest them and can share their knowledge with the other users in the community. Here, coming to the methodology, we have used the Firebase for sign up and authentication, which can be act as a database for our app. So the Firebase also acts as a backend for storing and retrieving stories posted by the users. So here the tools used are Android Studio, Firebase, Node.js, and Express. The Android Studio was mainly used for developing the Android app, and the Firebase was used as a real-time database for creating the user profiles and fetching posts. Node.js was used for backend for TechFeed, and Express was used for creating API. So coming to the application architecture, firstly, as soon as this app is opened, a splash screen appears showing the logo of our app DevBytes. Then next comes the login and sign up page. So firstly, if a user is not signed up into our app, he has to sign up by entering his name and new password. Then after that, he'll be navigated to the profile section where he has to select his profile photo using an image picker, and there will be a text box used to enter his name. Once signed up, it will be automatically logged in whenever he opens the app next time. So the next page would be navigated to creating a new user post. Then after there are other pages such as reading new user posts and reading main post. This main post is basically getting the tech feeds from the developers of the app. So they will be admins and they will be posting some important tech news which is available for all. And this would be fetched from Node.js server. And all the regular new posts which are created by the users of that app will be stored in a Firebase and can be fetched from the Firebase database. And further, my friend would be continuing with the code and the implementation parts.
Hello sir, so this is Sarthak, and till review 2 we had completed the authentication part and posting the stories for each of the users. So the authentication part we have handled using Firebase, and we are using email authentication method. So for that we have set up our main activity, and when we on starting the application, first we have a splash screen. We have set up a timeout of 4 seconds, and after that, starting with the main activity, we go to the authentication part. So first we check if the user is already logged in or not, and if the user is not logged in, we send him to the login and or sign up activity, depending on if he already has an account. So this is the splash screen for the account, and here we are going to sign in for our application. And here's the password. So on login in, we can see that our user is greeted with the DevBytes fragment, which contains the stories that are posted by the members of the community. So these are the tech bytes that are created by the members of the community, and we can a user can read these tech nuggets and can upload the things that they like, and these all the details for these are stored on the Firebase database. So for the authentication purposes, we are using the email sign-in method, and the details for the users that are already created have that already have an account are stored here. And for the backend handling of the posts, we have used Firestore, and the documents here consist of the posts that the users have created, storing the number of likes, the post body, and the image for that particular post. Similarly, we also have the details about the user, which contains the user ID, image, and name. So while the user tries to create an account, we have a profile section from where they can pick an image and they can set the username. Sir, after the review 2 part, we actually had completed only the initial user authentication, and we had the setup profile section setup. But after that, we have completed the poster byte section. So the poster byte and the notification and the navigation bar, all these functionalities were added after the review 2 part. So Advait will be continuing with the implementation for the poster byte section. uh,
Sir, my name is Advaitu Gupta, and now I'll log in to my account. So I'm successfully logged in. As we log in, first we see the bytes fragment where all the bytes posted by the user can be seen. So these are the bytes that for demo we posted. So in review 2, as Sarthak mentioned, that we didn't implemented create a post activity in review 2, but we have implemented it now. So we can post a byte. Let's take an example. So I'll add a photo to it. So let's say this is a photo. So this is a sample post. Now I'll click on the post button and create the post. When the post is created, a toast message is displayed, byte posted, and also my username and my image is available. Also the image of the post and the title, also the description. One more feature is that the user can like the post and the count also increases. So as soon as I click the like button, it gives 1 like. So this is the new post that just appeared. Also, mm, yes, I can click on like buttons. And so first I'll show that the post that was created was successfully logged into the database. So I'll go to the database. So this is the Firebase database for our project DevBytes. So now I'll go to Cloud Firestore and check whether my post has appeared there or not. We have two collections, post and users. The users collection consists of the data from the user, uh, the ID, name, and the image. Now in the post section collection, we have documents. The document names are given randomly. So our document was like the post that we created was SSG is the future, successfully appeared here. There's one more collection inside the document. Inside each post document, that is a likes collection. It consists of the user ID, which liked the post, also with the timestamp. So Now this bytes fragment, it's a recycler view, and which has uh, the a single byte item, like say it is a card view. So let's go through the code for creating like when we create a post, how the code works. So as I click on the image button, the set on click listener calls this crop image dot activity. So this is the same library that we used, that I showed in review 2. It is from GitHub. It makes it very easy to crop the image and uh, get the image file. So now post button is clicked on the create a post activity. So when this post button is clicked, the click listener is called, and I'm taking the input from the fields of title and description, checking whether they are empty or not, and if they are empty, then posting a message that all fields are required. Also, uh, if next I'm setting a random name using the uid.random uid to name the document. So next thing is setting the path. So in the storage reference, that for the current user, setting a child for, first I'm storing the image in the actual image file. So I'm setting it into the post byte storage folder. I'll show the folder in the storage section of the Firebase. We have post byte folder. So this post byte contains all the images, and here's the size, all the images that for of the posts. So now in the post, like and then we have this random name dot jpg, random name that we named the image, and dot jpg extension. Now, so after this, so after I'm getting the path, I'm setting the image URL, getting the image URL, and then on inside this on success method, I'm creating a hash map to set the values into the hash map and then post it to the document that I showed earlier. So the document contains, as I showed, is post image, title, body, ID, and timestamp. So now after dot collection dot add post map. So this hash map I have added here into the collection of posts. Okay. So this was the create post. And now next thing, another feature that we did is the tech feed. So this tech feed can be accessed from this floating button just over the create a post button. So this is a floating action button. As we click it, we can view the tech feed, which is coming through a REST API, which Sarthak will explain in a moment.
So sir, here is the main feed activity. So in the feed activity, we are using an API that we have created using Node.js and Express, and that has been hosted on Heroku. So here is the string for the API that we have hosted, and using this API, we are fetching these particular posts that can be inserted by the admins for this particular app. And for using this particular API, we are using the Volley library for handling the REST API within this application, and we are creating a JSON array request, and we are fetching the details from this API. And when we are parsing this particular object, we are looping through the objects that were returned from the API. So the objects are in this particular format. So the API is hosted on Heroku, and we are getting the details from as JSON objects, and then we convert these JSON objects into Java objects using JSON. So once I parse these objects using JSON, then I am using the tech API model, which is the class for setting the details for the posts. such as the author name, post title, post body, and post image. And then we are using a recycler view for displaying these particular details to the user. So Advait will continue with the implementation for the recycler view.
JSON library is used to convert the JSON object to Java object. So I'm using this JSON library, and here this is a Tech API model class which is created here. So this is a model class that will map the JSON objects to Java objects, and here's the getters and setters methods, also the constructor. So after that, I convert it into Java objects and then add it to the tech update array. So after that, and the adapter is notified for the dataset changed. Then after completely looping through the array, I have set the tech update array, and that array I can now add it, like pass it to the recycler adapter. So here I'm creating the object for that, and that adapter is now set to the recycler view. So this is here's the recycler adapter. So we have a view holder, and the methods that are there in recycler adapter, and in those methods, this is the getting the context of the image view and the text view, taking the references, and here I'm setting those values that I'm receiving from the tech update array. So the tech update array, here is the constructor for that. So tech update, this dot tech update equal to tech update. So also yeah, here so this glide library is used, it is very, it makes it very easy to load the URL, like make to load the image into image view using a URL. So this tech update array, this tech update dot get position dot get post image, this is the getter method. So this contains the URL of the image, and it will load it in load this URL into the holder dot image view. So this was the code for feed activity. So for our future work, like the app is still like almost 80% complete, but it can be improved further. First of all, the UI can be improved. It's not very that appealing UI. Next thing, the notification fragment. We haven't completely implemented the notification fragment. This is just a text view showing that there are no notifications. So we will be implementing this notifications fragment. It will they will give the user any new notification that he has received based on, like, if he received a like on his post, then he will be notified. Also, if there are any new updates on the tech API here in the tech API feed, then he'll be notified. So, and also other things like are this search button, it's not operational right now. So for this search button also, we can implement it, like, to the user wants to search a particular post, then he can search it. Other things include pagination. Pagination will basically, like, when the data loads from the database, if there are thousands of posts, then it won't be possible to load it at a single time. So pagination will allow it to load it some particular quantity at a time, let's say 3 posts, 5 posts at a time. So when I scroll it up till here, 3 posts, it will load till here, then as soon as I reach the third post, the bottom of it will load the next 3 posts. So this pagination we will have to add. So these are the future works for our app. And rest, Yeah, it. I understand that, sir, that and we are a bit late for submitting, but we it takes time. Sir, it takes time to implement in Android Studio because we have to go through all the documentation once and and all the errors that pop up. So we have to take care of that also. So because of that, and our app was having some pretty heavy implementations as well, like the API integration. I have to look up for how to integrate a REST API into Android. So that took time. Also, the recycler view, the card, making the recycler view and like setting the adapter, it took time. So for the complete code, sir, you can visit the repository link that we provided in the document. Here is the repository link in the end. You can visit the repository, and both the API as well as the app repository link are mentioned. You can visit and see the code if you want. So that's all, sir. Thank you so much.